Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Craig Miller, and today we're going to talk about getting an installment loan in the state of North Carolina. Now, getting an installment loan is a fairly simple process that all begins with searching for a loan. Now, if you're living in the state of North Carolina, all you have to do is just do a search for NC installment loans. And of course, you will be greeted with a ton of information on obtaining one of these loans. Now, these up here at the top are generally paid advertisements and also along the side. But if you want to get down into the search here, you can click on one of these from the results page. Let's look at First America, since this is one of my personal favorites because they give you up to $1,000 in cash, and this is for, of course, bad credit people. Um, and they offer a fixed term with monthly payments. So you can do a 60-month automotive note. Actually, it's saying a 60-month, it's comparable to 60-month automotive. But what you're looking at here is receiving your cash as quickly as possible, and you don't have to put up any type of collateral, which makes it nice if you don't want to put your vehicle up on the line. Then this unsecured type of loan may be best for you. Now, if you look here, I'm trying to find some information on the current rates. Here we go, rates and terms. It says here that you can get the rates and terms basically by applying. Apparently, they don't disclose the rates for each individual loan, and you will find this most often when you're dealing with a loan broker, someone who actually finds the loans and not necessarily a direct lender, which is someone who actually uses their own funding and processes the loans at the same time. So this is one choice. If you want to look at another lender, this is iloans90.com, and these folks, if you live in the Raleigh area, they are they're around all around the Raleigh area, as you can see here. And let's look at their rates and fees and see what they say. It says zero application fees, so it costs nothing to put in an application. And as just like many of the other sites, the fees and the lending rates are determined entirely by the lender. So what this means basically is they're going to take your information, your source of income, your past work. Generally, they don't take credit into consideration, but how long you've been working somewhere, and how often you get paid, and maybe other monthly obligations that you have. They take all this information. They actually have a pool of lenders that they run this information past, and depending on how bad your score is, you may, if your score is not too bad, they may find you a loan with a reasonable interest rate. But most of their lenders have high interest rates to cover the costs associated with this high risk lending. And oftentimes you're going to see interest rates well above the 400% mark. And speaking of that, you have quite a few people that see these interest rates of 400% or 450%, and they just they think, wow, that's really a lot of interest to be paying on a loan, considering that many loans are only 10 or 15%. But the reason why these loans are such high interest is not necessarily because the lender is trying to work over someone who's in need of the money. It's just the fact that unsecured bad credit installment loans are a high risk loan, and a lot of times lenders just simply don't see their money back, which means that they just totally lost out on all that, and there's really nothing you can do. They got bad, if you got bad credit, they can ding your credit score, but if you're only borrowing a small amount of money, like a couple $200-300, they're not going to spend the time to take you into court, or pursue legal action, because it's just not worth it. You're going to spend more money between lawyers and collection agencies. It's just not worth it. So anyhow, that 450% interest rate, you would think that they're making all that, but the reality is that in the end, these lenders are only profiting 10 to 15%, which is still a pretty good profit margin, but nowhere near the 450% that many people believe that they're actually getting. That being said, let's look at one more here. This is Speedy Cash, and they have payday loans and they have installment loans. And as you can see, as I discussed in my article, if you look below this video, you can see a link to my article talking about installment loans in North Carolina. But basically, one of the main differences is that with the payday loan, you get one pay period to repay your loan. With installment loans, you get up to 6 pay periods, so it kind of extends the length of time that you have to pay it back. On the downside, you're going to be paying more interest over that period, but you do have longer to pay it back. And with the payday loan, you generally just pay a flat fee, and normally a certain percentage or a fee for taking out a loan and whatnot, which is also costly. But with an installment loan, you're going to accrue interest on a daily basis, basically meaning that in the end, if you take out say $500 for one pay period versus 6 months, you're going to pay a lot more over the course of 6 months than you are in just 1 month or one pay period. So this is something you want to keep in mind whenever you apply for a loan, when you're trying to decide whether you want to go with a payday loan or installment loan. I would say, generally speaking, if you're able to and you make the money, I would say a payday loan would be a better option. If you really don't make a whole lot of money, you just want to kind of spread it out into smaller payments, an installment loan may be better for you. And as you can see here, there's 3 ways to apply at Speedy Cash. You can apply online, by the phone, or you can apply in any of their locations, which they only have in certain states, it looks like. But you can apply online and get your application approved almost instantly. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Getting a payday loan or an installment loan is a great way to come up with some extra cash when you need it, whether it's for an emergency or for paying your bills. And as always, use caution when taking out a loan, and make sure you know exactly how much you have to pay back and when your payments are due. Thanks for watching, and good luck.